Here are my top 5 Packers heading into the 2026 season. Coming in at my number 5 spot, I have QB1 Jordan Love. It seems like everybody forgets how good Love was last year. He had the 3rd best QBR, 6th best passer rating. He was elite versus cover 0 and cover 1. He had the most touchdowns versus all-out blitzes. Everybody seems to bring up that playoff record when it comes to Jordan Love. He's 1-3 in the playoffs. He has 1 win versus the Dallas Cowboys in his first year as a starter. Proceeded to lose to the 49ers in the divisional round that season. His second year, embarrassing loss to Philly, and now in his 3rd year, up 21-3 at halftime versus Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, and the offense goes to bed. It wasn't Jordan Love's fault, though. 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards passing, 0 turnovers in that game. Might have been one of the best games of his career. Social media doesn't want to admit, but Jordan Love is an elite quarterback. He's severely underrated, and 2026 is going to be a massive year for him to prove that to all of the haters. At number 4, I have second-year wide receiver Matthew Golden. Golden was picked 23rd in the first round by the Green Bay Packers last year, and expectations were through the roof because we hadn't picked a first-round wide receiver in over 20 years. The problem? Golden stepped into an incredibly crowded wide receiver room. Dontavion Wicks, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, and Christian Watson were all ahead of him on the depth chart. Matthew Golden showed flashes of greatness last year, but only managed to get into the end zone once in the Packers' final game of the season. The Packers' wide receiver room as a whole will be a main focal point heading into 2026. They just paid Christian Watson, and they just paid Jaden Reed. Matthew Golden has some big shoes to fill, with Doubs to New England and Wicks to Philly. Coming in at my number 3 spot, I have Lucas Van Ness. The biggest question of the offseason for the Packers will be, when is Micah Parsons coming back? The answer? We don't know. 6 to 8 weeks is the projected amount of time. We're hearing late October, we're hearing mid-November, we're hearing playoffs, we're hearing a bunch of random things, but the moral of the story is Micah Parsons isn't going to be around for the first probably 7 weeks of the season. The Packers drafted Lucas Van Ness 13th overall in the 2023 draft, and we've been just waiting for him to be a dominant player. He only managed 4 sacks his first season, albeit a second string behind Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith, but now he has his first opportunity to be a starter on this Packers D-line. So 2026 is going to be a massive year for Lucas Van Ness and the entire D-line as a whole. Can they keep the Packers as a winning team while Micah Parsons is recovering from his ACL injury? It all starts with Lucas Van Ness. Coming in at my number 2 spot, I have Jordan Morgan. The Packers had 2 massive offensive linemen leave in free agency this year. Rasheed Walker signed with the Carolina Panthers, and Elton Jenkins went to the Cleveland Browns. So now Jordan Morgan, the guy we picked 27th overall in the 2024 draft, is our starting left tackle. Morgan had the 5th most offensive snaps on the team last year, but played only on the right side of the offensive line at both tackle and guard. Now he's moving back to the blind side, where he played his entire college career. 2026 will be a massive year for Morgan and the Packers. If he does well, the Packers can finally lock up their left tackle for the future. Coming in at my number 1 spot of the Packer with the most to prove in 2026 is head coach Matt LaFleur. Man, oh man, where to begin with Matt LaFleur? Constantly getting outcoached, his challenge flags are fucking meaningless, his clock management fucking sucks. Matt LaFleur's conservative play calling has been a thorn in the Packers side since he's taken the job as head coach. He had an opportunity to put the Bears away in the wild card game last year, proceeds to shit the bed and lose the game. Then the Packers reward him with an extension in the offseason, basically saying, you have one more chance, don't fuck this up. So the Packer with the most to prove in 2026 is Matt LaFleur. Can he finally put teams away instead of letting them hang around? Can he finally let Jordan Love loose and command this offense? Can he finally win the division with Jordan Love? Can he finally win a Super Bowl? There's all of these questions in LaFleur's 8th or 9th year as the head coach, and we still haven't seen it happen. Matt LaFleur's seat is scorching hot heading into 2026. He knows it, I know it, we all know it. The past couple years, the Packers have been where they have because of Matt LaFleur. Good enough to make the playoffs, but that's about it. He needs to prove to everyone in 2026 that he can be a championship level coach. It seems like it's either division title, Super Bowl, or bust for Matt LaFleur. So anyway, that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to try my best to pump out as much content throughout the season as I can. I'm excited for this upcoming season. Training camp starts this week. We kick off our season against the rival Minnesota Vikings. Big year incoming. Go Pack Go, and I'll see you guys soon.